I'm a 28-year-old guy who's learned that karma has a wicked sense of humor. 10 years ago, I was the awkward kid with braces and acne who couldn't get a date to save his life. Now, I'm the guy with a six-figure job, a gym-honed body, and a face that finally grew into itself. Funny how life works out, isn't it? But let me tell you, success is a double-edged sword, especially when it brings the ghosts of your past knocking at your door. It all started at my high school reunion. I almost didn't go, but my best friend convinced me it would be fun to show up and casually flaunt how well I'd done for myself. Petty? Maybe. Satisfying? Absolutely. Walking into that hotel ballroom was like stepping into a time machine. Same faces, same cliques, same insecurities bubbling just beneath the surface. But this time, I wasn't the one feeling out of place. As I made my way through the crowd, I could feel the stares, hear the whispers. Is that really him? He got hot. It was exactly the ego boost I'd been hoping for. And then I saw her. M, my high school crush. The girl who starred in every one of my teenage fantasies. The one who rejected me so brutally in senior year that I still wince thinking about it. She was standing by the punch bowl, looking, well, life hadn't been as kind to her as it had been to me. She'd gained weight, lost that sparkle in her eye. But when she saw me, her face lit up like a Christmas tree. "Oh my God, is that you?" She squealed, rushing over. "You look amazing." I plastered on my best fake smile. "Em, hey, good to see you." She launched into small talk, asking about my life, my job, if I was seeing anyone. With each question, her eyes grew wider, her smile more flirtatious. I could practically see the wheels turning in her head. "So," she said, twirling a strand of hair around her finger, "I was thinking maybe we could grab coffee sometime, catch up properly." For a moment, I was tempted. This was everything 18-year-old me had ever wanted. But then I remembered that day in the school parking lot. How she'd laughed when I asked her to prom. How she'd told everyone about it for weeks after. "Sorry," I said, not feeling sorry at all. "I'm pretty busy these days. Maybe some other time." The look on her face was priceless. Shock, confusion, a hint of anger. She wasn't used to being turned down, even now. As I walked away, I could feel her eyes burning into my back. I'd be lying if I said it didn't feel good. I thought that would be the end of it. Boy, was I wrong. A week after the reunion, my phone started blowing up. Messages from people I hadn't talked to in years, all saying the same thing. "You need to give Em a chance." At first, I ignored them. But they kept coming, getting more insistent, more guilt-trippy. Finally, I got a call from BMS's best friend since high school. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity got the better of me. "What's going on, B?" I asked, trying to keep my voice neutral. "You need to stop being such an asshole," she snapped. "Em is a great girl, and she's been through a lot. She's a single mom now, you know? Her ex was a real piece of work." I felt a twinge of sympathy, quickly squashed by the memory of all those years of rejection and ridicule. "That's rough," I said, "but I don't see how it's my problem." B's voice got low, almost threatening. "Listen, you owe her this. After how you treated her at the reunion, ... I cut her off. "How I treated her? Are you kidding me? Do you not remember how she treated me in high school?" There was a pause. "That was a long time ago," B said, her voice softer now. "People change. Em's changed. She really likes you, and I think if you gave her a chance, you'd see what a great person she is now." I hung up, my mind reeling. Part of me wanted to block all their numbers and be done with it. But another part, a part I wasn't proud of, was curious. What if Em had changed? What if this was my chance to finally get the girl I dreamed about for so long? Against my better judgment, I agreed to meet Em for coffee. The cafe was neutral territory, a place where I could hear her out without feeling too vulnerable. As I waited, I couldn't help but feel a mix of anticipation and dread. Em walked in, looking more put together than she had at the reunion. She'd clearly made an effort, and for a moment, I saw a flash of the girl I'd crushed on so hard in high school. "Thanks for meeting me," she said, sliding into the seat across from me. "I wasn't sure you would." I shrugged. "Your friends are pretty persistent." She had the grace to look embarrassed. "Yeah, about that, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have involved them. I just, I really wanted to talk to you." We ordered our coffees, and for a while, we just made small talk. She told me about her job as a teacher, about her 5-year-old son. I told her about my work in tech, carefully avoiding any mentions of my personal life. Finally, she took a deep breath. "Look, I know things between us were complicated in high school, but I've grown up a lot since then. We both have. And I can't help but feel like maybe this is our second chance, you know?" I studied her face, looking for any signs of insincerity. But all I saw was hope and maybe a little desperation. It made me uncomfortable. I said slowly, "I appreciate you saying that, but I don't think you understand what it was like for me back then. You didn't just reject me. You humiliated me for years." Her face fell. "I know, and I'm so sorry. I was young and stupid and ... and now what?" I interrupted. "Now that I'm successful and attractive, suddenly I'm good enough for you." She flinched as if I'd slapped her. "That's not fair. I told you I've changed. I'm not that shallow girl anymore." "Maybe not," I conceded. "But have you considered that maybe I've changed too? That maybe I'm not the same guy who would do anything for your attention?" Tears welled up in her eyes. "So that's it? You won't even give me a chance to make it right?" I sighed, feeling a mix of frustration and pity. I'm not interested in being anyone's second choice or backup plan. You had your chance, and you made your choice. I've moved on, and I think you should too." As I stood to leave, she grabbed my arm. "Please," she whispered. "My son. He needs a good male role model in his life. I need someone stable, someone I can count on. You're such a great guy now, and I know you'd be amazing with him." And there it was. The real reason behind all this. It wasn't about me, or even about us. It was about what I could provide. I gently removed her hand from my arm. "I'm sorry," I said, and this time I meant it. "But I'm not the solution to your problems. Good luck, Em. I really do hope you find what you're looking for." I walked out of that cafe, feeling a mix of emotions I couldn't quite name. Relief, sadness, a touch of anger. But mostly, I felt free. Free from the ghosts of my past, free from the what-ifs and could-have-bins. But the story doesn't end there. Oh no, that would be too simple. The next day, I woke up to find my social media accounts flooded with messages. Em had apparently told her own version of our coffee meetup to anyone who would listen. According to her, I'd led her on, made her think we had a chance. Then cruelly rejected her and her son. My phone was ringing off the hook. Old classmates, mutual friends, even a few of my current coworkers who'd somehow gotten wind of the drama. Everyone had an opinion, and most of them weren't in my favor. How could you be so heartless? She's a single mom, for God's sake. You think you're too good for her now? It was like being back in high school all over again, but with the roles reversed. Now I was the bad guy, the heartbreaker, the one everyone was talking about. I tried to ignore it at first, but it was impossible. The messages kept coming, each one more accusatory than the last. My boss even pulled me aside at work, concerned about how this scandal might affect the company's image. It all came to a head when Emma's brother showed up at my apartment. I hadn't even known she had a brother, But there he was, 6 feet of muscle and righteous anger, pounding on my door at 11 p.m. "Open up, you coward," he shouted. "We need to talk about how you treated my sister." I considered calling the cops, but I knew that would only escalate things. So, against my better judgment, I opened the door. "Look," I started, trying to keep my voice calm. "I don't know what M told you, but ... I didn't get to finish. His fist connected with my jaw, sending me stumbling backward. Pain exploded through my face, and I tasted blood. "That's for breaking my sister's heart," he snarled. I straightened up, my own anger finally boiling over. "Your sister," I spat, feeling the split in my lip. "Your sister is the one who's been spreading lies about me. Your sister is the one who rejected and humiliated me for years in high school. Your sister is the one who only showed interest in me when she realized I could be useful to her." He blinked, clearly not expecting this outburst. "What are you talking about?" I told him. "Everything, the years of unrequited crush, the public rejection, the rumors she'd spread about me. And then the reunion, the sudden interest, the coffee shop revelation." As I talked, I could see the fight draining out of him. By the time I finished, he was slumped against the doorframe, looking shell-shocked. I had no idea," he mumbled. She never told me any of that." "Of course she didn't," I said bitterly. It didn't fit her narrative of being the victim. He ran a hand over his face, suddenly looking very tired. "Man, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. I thought... I nodded, gingerly touching my split lip. "Yeah, I get it. You were protecting your sister. I probably would have done the same." Thing in your shoes. We stood there in awkward silence for a moment, neither of us quite sure what to do next. Finally, he straightened up. "Look, I'll talk to M. Try to get her to stop all this whatever it is she's doing, and I'll set the record straight with anyone who'll listen." I nodded, grateful, but wary. "Thanks. I appreciate that." As he turned to leave, he paused. "For what it's worth," he said, not quite meeting my eyes, "I think you dodged a bullet. She's got a lot of issues she needs to work through, and it's not fair for her to put that on you." After he left, I sat on my couch for a long time, icing my jaw and thinking. About high school, about the reunion, about how easy it is to fall back into old patterns and expectations. The next day, I woke up to a very different kind of message flood. Apparently, M's brother had been true to his word. People were apologizing, retracting their accusations. Some even praising me for how I'd handled the situation. M herself sent me a long, rambling message, half justification. I read it once, then deleted it without responding. Some bridges, once burned, can't be rebuilt. And honestly, I was okay with that. In the weeks that followed, life slowly returned to normal. The drama died down. People moved on to the next bit of gossip. But I was changed. I'd faced my past, stood my ground, and come out stronger for it. I realized that the real victory wasn't in rejecting M or in proving myself to our old classmates. It was in finally, truly moving on. In recognizing my own worth, independent of anyone else's validation. So here I am, a few months later. Still single, still successful, but with a new perspective on life and relationships. I'm not angry at M anymore, or at my past self for being so hung up on her. If anything, I'm grateful. Grateful for the growth, for the lessons learned, for the person I've become. And to M, wherever she is, I hope she finds what she's looking for. I hope she learns to value herself beyond what others can do for her. I hope she becomes the kind, a person she'd want her son to look up to. As for me, I'm doing just fine. Better than fine, actually. I'm living my best life on my own terms. And isn't that what growing up is really all about? Hey folks, if you enjoyed this roller coaster of high school drama and adult realizations, why not hit that subscribe button? After all, you never know when you might need tips on how to gracefully reject your former crush while dodging punches from their overzealous siblings. Trust me, it's a skill that comes in handy more often than you'd think.